Hello and welcome back to the Run Across Europe. We are still in Germany. Got a couple of days left before we get to Austria. I think maybe just one more full day tomorrow, and we should be in Austria the next day. Weather dependent though. Where? Oh my. This is a lot smaller than these usually are, and it's muddy as hell. Alrighty. Yeah, I got rained out of it yesterday. Ended up taking the day off, which was frustrating because I didn't want to. It's a bit of a waterfall there, not waterfall, but canal with a drop making all the noise. You see it? Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, so it was raining pretty heavy yesterday morning, but it was meant to stop before the afternoon, so I was like, I'll just wait it out, but it just didn't stop till like 2 or 3. So by then I was like, might as well just stay the day, because I hadn't eaten yet, so I had no energy to get going then, because then by the time I'd cooked and eaten, there wouldn't have been a lot of time left, so yeah, just stayed put. And then this morning was meant to be the same, just rain all day, so I went to bed like ready to go, clothes on for the next morning, buggy basically packed, which I should do more of, but yeah, I kind of just throw it all in it at night and then reorganise it in the morning. But with the weather the way it is, I'm going to start getting more organised. Yeah, so I got up at like 6 this morning, and thankfully it wasn't raining. This might be the right way. So I just got up and got moving. Just made a coffee, no food, and that was just to get the bells moving, just so I could get that out of me while I had a toilet there, you know. But I felt good because I had the day off yesterday, so I just ate loads. So this morning I did like 13k before I just stopped there for the coffee and some lunch, and yeah, I was feeling good even up to that. I could have went further, but I wanted to record before it starts raining, and I wanted to eat before it starts raining, so I just got them in. Because yeah, it's meant to start at about 11, so we got about 27 kilometers left to go. So try to get as much of that in before it starts. At 30 kilometers as well, I'm going past a decent sized town, Memmingen or something it's called, so I'm going to try to get some new runners in there as well. And I even managed to get some clothes dried yesterday, or clothes washed, because I was drying some clothes that I'd washed the day before, because sometimes I'll wash clothes and then they're not dry fully, so I'll put them back in the buggy, and then when you get to your next stop I'll take them out. So I took them out and I was drying them, and there was a woman who worked there, and she just seen me and she came over and gave me a token for the dryer, and I was like, thanks, but all my clothes is like nylon and stuff, you know, stuff that you can't put in the dryer. It dries quickly on the line, but I should have thought about that and got stuff that you can dry in the dryer and make things a lot easier. But anyway, I then went and had a look and seen that I could the dog can work in the washing machine as well. So I just done a half wash because I didn't want to wash too much stuff because I knew it wouldn't dry. So it dried a fair bit, but hopefully I get to take them out later. And yeah, the campsite was fine, not too eventful. There was an English couple there, I just heard them talking, so I just seen the dad. There was a whole family, so I seen the dad and just said alright to him. Asked him what he was doing. He said his sister lives in Austria, so they're on their way down, just taking a few stops along the way. I was like, alright, cool, yeah. And then you know, I was just telling him what I was doing. He's like, no way. And again, of course, asking about the charity because he's English. It's just funny because there was a German guy set up just before then. He was on his own and he started trying to talk to me and ask me what I was doing. I was just like, cool. But again, I just want one German person to ask me if I'm doing it for charity, and I want one English person not to ask me, you know, just out of interest. But yeah, the German guy as well, like because I had stayed the night before, so I was the only one on at the tent area, and he comes up and I'm just making food, and so I say hi to him and the lady is showing him where to go. But he sets up, like there's a big field and he sets up absurdly close to my tent. I was just like, what are you doing? And he just kept trying to talk to me all day, you know, and I was friendly with him. Hey, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is what I'm doing, but I don't know, I think it's because I was sitting in my tent all morning, literally till like 1 o'clock, just doing feck all. So when I got out, I just wanted to get me food done and all this, you know. And yeah, I don't know, he wasn't much crack either, you know, that kind of way. I knew straight away. So I chatted to him for a second, then he'd go, then he'd come back and try to start talking again. And I was just like, I don't know, I'm pretty antisocial, like when I want to be, but I was being pleasant, and you know what I mean. But at the same time, I was like, here mate, we don't have to be best friends, you know. Yeah, the English guy, I literally just talked to him for 2 minutes, and then he's like, I'll have to get your website off you, whatever. I was like, yeah, I'll send you the Instagram, you know. So then I'm walking past him and the family, and I tell him it's Matt, Chu, Mar, and he's like, oh, can't you put it in? I put it in, but then you know, internet, and I'm like, I had it written down, so I was like, there it is, you know. But you sort your internet out, I was going to do the washing then, you know. But then afterwards, I didn't want to be like coming over, so did you get that sorted? Like, mate, you know, it's just me, I'm just awkward, like, but I'd feel like I'm going over now, make sure you follow me, you know. Whereas it probably, in reality, it was just like a nice continuation of our conversation, just be like, oh, did you get your internet sorted? You know what I mean? So I basically didn't talk to him for the rest of the day, and he never followed me. So I think I need a more I was just looking at the water there. What's the term? I need a catchier name, or an easier like name I can tell people. Messaged my mate Sander, told him I won't be up to him. I'm only like 150 kilometers away now, or something like that, maybe a little more. So I was like, I can hang around for the day if you want to drive up, but I'm not sure exactly what he's doing, but he was saying he doesn't have a car, even though I thought he said he was travelling around with his girlfriend in a van, and then he says he doesn't have a car. So I was just like, or maybe it's not his actually, because he was saying something about her parents, we can't take their car or something. So I was just like, no worries, but I'll maybe see you sometime in the future. Yeah, I was looking more into navigating through the Alps, and this, I think it's called the Brenner Pass or the Bressen Pass, something with a BR, and yeah, it's meant to be the flattest. Apparently it'll only do like 1300 meters of elevation. You know, I'm sure maybe there's a bit up and down, but like that's the height you reach, so that's very low for the Alps. So hopefully it's not too bad. I get the views without the climb, but then when you get to the end of that, I could keep going south till I get to the flat part of Italy and then go into Slovenia that way. But at the minute, the plan is to get into Italy and then take a left through the Alps and stay in the elevation. So I'll see how difficult that is, and if there's enough cycle paths and stuff. But I'd like to stay in the Alps, you know, as much as I can. What I did find when I was talking to that English guy was, and this is what I noticed, you know, because, you know, I'm doing something a bit mad like going to Europe, but I'm bored of the sound of my own voice. So I'd be like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, we're going to Austria to see the sister and stuff, and what about you? And I'm like, oh, I'm actually trying to run across Europe from Ireland to Istanbul. Oh, so where's your sister live? You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm trying to interject and ask him questions because I want to know what he's doing. But then he's like, you know, you're doing what? This and that. And it's nice to have the enthusiasm, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm running across Europe. I'm doing, you know what I mean? They're just, you've rattled it off so many times. I'm like, I just want to have a back and forth conversation, you know? I could hear a football match going on last night. You could just hear the chanting going, and it didn't sound too crazy. And then I had a quick Google, and it was just a tiny little stadium. I didn't actually check what division they were in or whatever, but I would have loved to go and see some low division German football. But it was like, I don't know, they were already chanting, so I was like, alright, the game's probably gonna start soon. It was a 2-kilometer walk, you know, 20 minutes, and then yeah, I just didn't bother because and it could have rained at any moment, you know, just all that. If I had a support team, I would have been straight in the van, go watch that, come back. Okay, Memmingen, this way. Starting to get wary of the funds, so I've dropped below €4,000 now, and we still have half it to go, so it's not too bad. I've spent about half in half the time, and we should be, once I get to Croatia and stuff, it should get a lot cheaper, so it should be okay. But we're just coming into the most expensive part now with Austria, so yeah, just gonna keep an eye on the pennies for a bit, and hopefully live it up a little. And although, you know, when I say that, it's not, still getting a couple of beers last night and a couple of pastries this morning. I'm not like just eating tea and beans, but I won't be getting any hotels anytime soon. Get a view there? Not really. It's just a few more of them steps down, creating little waterfalls. They're man-made though, so it's not spectacular. It's not bad though. 16 minutes. I was doing a little talking with ChatGPT yesterday because I was just thinking about aphantasia and alexithymia. If you haven't heard me talk about them before, aphantasia is when you don't have mental imagery or a visual imagination, and alexithymia is when you're not sure what you're feeling. So your emotions don't really, they don't connect in the same way or give you a clear signal as regular folk. Because I've always been bad at organising stuff. I just always forget stuff, you know. And I just had that. I woke up yesterday, you know, and I was just trying to rattle through the things I had to do, you know. And it's always such a struggle because when your thoughts are just vocal, you know, and then you don't have any strong feelings to go with it, it's just like you just close your eyes trying to remember and nothing comes to you. Like, it's just, it has to just pop up, you know. Oh, I need to wash clothes, I need to try to fix the front wheel, I need to hit this and that, message Sander. So I just asking ChatGPT, I was like, what's to do, you know, for someone without aphantasia, with a strong visual imagination, and they wake up in the morning and open their eyes, what's their first thought processes, you know what I mean? Like, how does it work? And ChatGPT was like, you know, here's an example of someone who has a busy day, or, you know, like they have something they need to do in work. I can't remember exactly what it was saying, but so they might first vision their computer screen and the email from their boss that they need to deal with, and then their kids will pop up, and, you know, like, they literally see them going to school later that day, or the field trip that they have, that you need to remember to bring the permission slip or whatever, and then they have a date later that night with the husband. This is the example they gave, and they might see their husband laughing at the table, you know what I mean, and then it gives them a strong emotion, like of looking forward to that, of like kind of being there already, But for me, with aphantasia and alexithymia, like there's no visual, there's no emotion, there's no nothing. It's just like I just wake up to see what's out my eyeballs, you know what I mean, just looking at the roof of my tent with a voice in my head being like, okay, what do we got to do? Alright, let's make some coffee, and then we'll get, oh no, it's raining, we can't, you know what I mean? And then I'll list off, like I said, the things I need to do. But then you go out and start doing it about your day. I was like, alright, I'll start making the coffee, I'll do this. But the stuff that like is important, that you need to get done, doesn't like pop up, and it doesn't have strong emotion with it, you know what I mean? Something that I found with like texting women or whatever, just that example of looking forward to the date night or whatever. But I could be with a girl and I like her, I'm feeling all the regular emotions and all that, but I always found texting difficult, and I was never really sure why. But it's like once we've left, it's a real out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, So when I get a text, it's literally just the letters on my phone, you know what I mean? Like the substance behind it just doesn't generate the same emotions and thoughts that it should, So it's very hard to connect with people in that way, I just found it interesting the more I look into it, because I was diagnosed autistic, but the more you learn about it, like I don't know if the labels will change in the future or whatever, you know what I mean? Because I've said before, I'm raising money for Autism Assistance Dogs in Ireland. Check the link in the bio if you haven't donated already. I'd really appreciate it. But because I was diagnosed, I wanted to help in this area, But like, I would have been classed as having Asperger's, except for they got rid of that term a while ago and just put it back into the autistic box, So I don't know, it's like, I just don't like the label autistic, mostly just because it's misunderstood. But I don't know, kind of what I'm trying to say is that like the more I learn about myself, because like aphantasia and alexithymia are both defined as neurodivergent conditions or whatever, which is what autism is, it's neurodivergence. Same with ADHD. So I don't know, like when I was diagnosed, I don't think I'd known I had aphantasia then, Like, I don't know, maybe that is just a better thing to say, but you see these, I don't know if they look as cool to you. They are pretty cool. And yeah, I just wanted to share that. I was remunerating on it yesterday, and I would like to raise awareness for aphantasia and alexithymia, because yeah, like I said before, it's a weird one. You think if you didn't have a visual imagination you would be very aware of that, but you never, everyone only knows what's going on in their own mind, not everyone else's, so you don't know what you're missing, It was only till I started reading up on autism that I came across the term, and then I was like, do I? And it wasn't straight away, you're like, oh, I do have that, because it takes you a while Yeah, it's hard to explain. All that running water is getting my bladder going. Well, you can hold out for 5 minutes. There we go. I thought we'd get more views of the canal, to be honest. Well, let's look at the draw. There's a horse up ahead. Why isn't commute updating? God, don't do this to me again. Apologies. Yep, I went past the fucking turn, for fuck's sake. It's annoying. You would have got a bit of that town to the left as well. That's what I was expecting. For fuck's sake. Okay, what can we do? I think I can take the next left. Still not updating. Fuck's sake. Okay, keep going to the main road. What is it actually? Now it is. Okay, this is gonna end badly. I should just go to the main road. Make for a better video. Little adventure. Never hurt anybody. to get back into the city. Yeah, that's what I like it. Flowers, tiny bridge. Lovely. Oh, excuse me. Now, she's still a kilometre off. That's as the crow flies. Should be a kilometre to the left. Let's get into town. Try it anyway. And then we'll end this bad boy. So that's 18 kilometers done now. So 22 left. Come on. Hey, hey, hey. Come on. My viewers need an ending. This way. Still not updating. It's very slow. I don't know why. I'm gonna sort this out. Make sure I don't get lost again. Yes, that's our episode for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Still not updating. God damn it. Alright, I gotta sort my navigation issues and get moving. Thanks for watching. Auf Wiedersehen.